Big news before I had hopped on. I don't know if people saw this. John Riccitiello, the CEO of Unity, everyone's favorite game engine, the man behind all the things that we've been railing against for the past 2 weeks. He's been the butt of many of my jokes for being an absolute dickwad. He's leaving. He's leaving Unity. This literally happened like an hour ago. That's This Week in Gaming. I don't even have a This Week in Gaming segment. I was going to do Last Week in Gaming, but I felt like it needed to be said because my biggest video right now is me making fun of Unity on the channel. And so kind of a bit of kismet. I like to think that maybe, just maybe, I had a part in it. In which case, gamers, you're welcome. A little throat coat tea. We're all set, guys. Without further ado, like I said, great show. Kamikaze will be on later. We'll talk with him about all his stuff. So much, but it is time now, of course, for Last Week in Gaming. Gotta say, it's been a rough couple of weeks for the gaming industry. Multiple companies have been letting go workers due to poor decisions of their CEOs, and the world of AAA gaming appears to be collapsing under their own overhyped expectations. Meanwhile, in Poland, CD Projekt Red is having the time of their life. First of all, Cyberpunk 2077 has surpassed 24 million units sold. This is nuts. This outpaces their previous game, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And I gotta say, it's a far cry from its launch when it was so bad, it was delisted from the PlayStation Store. A spokesperson for Arcane Studios said, well, we could do that too if we wanted to, we just don't want to. They also announced that the company will partner with anonymous content to produce a live-action project set in the Cyberpunk universe. Now, anonymous content may be best known for projects like True Detective, Mr. Robot, and of course, Revenant. So expect a real light, easygoing piece there. It's a good thing everything is going so well for CDPR because, let's be honest, Phantom Liberty, great, awesome game. It's not perfect. This past week, players spotted a bug in Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty update where police are driving down in a wrecked husk of a car. The police seem severely underfunded, so expect Cyberpunk to be banned in Florida. I think somewhere out there, Eric Adams just felt a shiver down his spine. Activision Blizzard is trying to remove leaked videos of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 gameplay from the internet after some footage popped up online. I suspect, honestly, they'll be successful since Activision Blizzard is pretty good at sweeping things under the rug. Blizzard's Battle.net went down this week, making many of their online games completely unplayable. It's been down for over a year, said Overwatch 2 fans. And because I refuse to only make one Redfall joke in an episode, Redfall finally released a 60 FPS patch for their game, because that was the reason why nobody wanted to play it. And that's not even hyperbole, honestly. Literally, reports have shown that Redfall's player count has dipped to double even single digits, which begs the question, if a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, did it happen in 60 FPS? I gotta say, it may sound like I'm picking a little bit on Microsoft unfairly, and that's because I am. I got a whole segment about it up next. Elsewhere, Larian Studios have somehow Mr. Magoo'd themselves into the best game of the year. Because every time Baldur's Gate 3 does something their player base likes, it turns out it was a bug. First, it was the bug that made everyone hornier than a high school theater program. Then this week it was His Majesty, a cat who allegedly used the wrong model. It was not supposed to be the hairless sphinx you see here. Larian issued a patch to fix the cat to his long hair state, and the fans were pissed. So they reverted the decision to allow His Majesty to be hairless once again, making Baldur's Gate the first game so horny it decided to show shaved pussy. Assassin's Creed Mirage launched on October 5th, and before its release, the official Twitter account had requested that fans not share spoilers online. Apparently, they were worried fans would ruin the experience for others. And at only about 20 to 30 hours to beat, this is the first time in a while Ubisoft had to worry that fans might actually beat one of their games. Last week, we announced that Fortnite Studio and our future home in the Matrix, Epic Games, laid off about 16% of their studio. Well, it seems the fun continued as Director of Publishing Strategy Sergey Galyonkin, I probably butchered that, has departed the company. He states, "I plan to remain in the gaming industry. I also hope to be more vocal now that I don't have to worry about PR department knocking on my DMs." Yes! Go off, King. That has all the sass of a Bravo reunion show. Excuse me. Expect to see Sergey on the next season of The Real Housewives of Slappy Shores. Now, I'm sure there's plenty to dish about, as Epic Games CEO and man far too excited to tell you about his model train set, Tim Sweeney, recently claimed that he was only aware there were financial problems in the company 10 weeks ago. Seriously, this is not who we need in charge, a man who treats his company the way I treated my bank account in college. It appears they have found other avenues to bring back revenue, like not paying royalty payments to their artists. Speaking of Fortnite doing irreparable harm, have you noticed kids are spending too much time playing Fortnite and not enough time talking about how cool fossil fuels are? Well, Shell has, as they recently released a Fortnite world and start paying Twitch streamers and outlets like IGN to promote the map, because until now the internet was only a figurative cesspool. Titled Shell's Ultimate Road Trips, the map sees players driving between locations using a Shell station as a hub. Occasionally, they need to fill up on Shell's V-Power Nitro Plus fuel in order to navigate the obstacles of the world. I think Shell might be highly misjudging how much teens like going on road trips. The one thing they get right, though, is that V-Power Nitro Plus sounds like a gamer energy drink that sponsors Twitch streamers, so they haven't fully missed the mark. V-Power Nitro Plus, enough energy to destroy the world and your insides. Now, someone really does have to stop Shell, though, because if they keep that up, we won't have a metaverse to leave behind for our children. 7 former Ubisoft employees, including a former chief creative officer and editorial vice president, were detained by French police as part of an investigation into allegations of sexual assault and harassment. This comes after Ubisoft made a deal with Microsoft over UK cloud streaming rights, going to show that Microsoft certainly has a type. Elon, my mom thinks I'm cool, Musk tested out X's upcoming video game live streaming feature for the first time, because whatever coke-fueled binge he had this idea during hasn't quite ended yet. The test consisted of him playing Diablo 4's Tier 100 Nightmare Dungeon, which is what he calls a stroll through the Twitter office. I mean, honestly, it's ironic that he plays Diablo on the platform since it's a hellscape already. Now, in order to troubleshoot X's streaming capabilities, Musk made a burner account with the handle CyberGamer420, which was also his live journal for posting dashboard confession lyrics. Now, the question is, how did the stream actually go?
You can DM from one account to another. I only have 2 accounts. My Elon Musk account, maybe it's Smurf 9000 for testing new stuff.
It's not the prettiest. Though I will say, in his defense, I can tell he was playing Diablo, so far better than I expected. Also, real quick, is that a giant candle behind him? This man has enough money to trash Twitter like Motley Crue in a hotel room, and he can't afford an Elgato key light? He looks like he's at a strip mall massage parlor, which honestly, he also looks like someone who would pay for a happy ending, so take that as you will. Next up, former President Donald J. Trump was brought into New York for his $250 million fraud. What is this? Because I'm trying to limit the political thing. Okay. Is that a gaming laptop? Apparently, One of Trump's attorneys, Alina Habba, came to court with this, a Asus ROG gaming laptop. Given that she recently spoke about the Attorney General the way a 14-year-old COD player talks about anything, this isn't too surprising. It may help destroy democracy, but can it run crisis? Fans have gotten pretty mad at this series formerly known as FIFA, as EA Sports FC 24's loot boxes are stirring up a bit of controversy in the community. Now, apparently the $30 Elite Opener Pack went live, and the rate of lower quality cards and duplicates have led to fans complaining about the egregious pay-to-win model. Honestly, I don't know what everyone's complaining about. Paying for an all-star roster makes this the most realistic soccer game ever. Now, of course, I'm sure you're aware we are in Halloween season, which means you've probably got a friend that is spending far too much time on something people will forget about by November. However, if you're in Benicia, California, not too far from my hometown, actually, those friends might be Hannah Lee and Catherine Pervin, owners of One House Bakery and the creators of this monstrosity. You can't tell, this is a clicker from The Last of Us made of bread, and it took them over 400 hours to put this together. Like I said, honestly, the most impressive part about this is they were able to do what my doctor couldn't and scare me into a diet. Now, speaking of Last of Us raking in the bread, yes, I'm proud I came up with that, and no, I'm not proud I said it. News of The Last of Us Part 2 remaster has made the rounds after Naughty Dog lead outside artist added it to his LinkedIn profile, confirming what we all suspected: Naughty Dog is never making another type of game again. Of course, Naughty Dog joins Telltale this week as another one of the who knows how many companies that had to lay off staff recently. In Naughty Dog's case, it was approximately 25 developers, most of who were from the quality assurance team. Because if there's one thing AAA developers don't care about, it's quality assurance, or really just quality in general. Lastly, Nintendo announced that online play for the 3DS and Wii U will turn off next year. This is sad. This is actually really sad, since honestly, you'll no longer be able to play games like Mario Kart 8, Splatoon, or Super Smash Bros. Online. Instead, you'll have to play Mario Kart 8, Splatoon, or Super Smash Bros. Online. Seriously, though, it sucks to see support for these systems go away, especially in the name of game preservation and learning how a game was intended to be played at the time of its release. So we're all out there praying for the completionist's safety in whatever video he happens to do next. Guys, that was the last week in gaming. I'm going to take a quick refill on my tea, a little bit of a break. And when we come back, you better believe we're taking a look. We're diving in to all the Microsoft Activision Blizzard drama that has gone on, that has led us to the possible closing of this deal this week. Exciting stuff. Stick around. I'll be right back.